Alright, this match with Mono Black, like mid-range, Devotion, and Modern. I will play first, and we'll keep this hand. Biggest problem with black decks is there's very little card advantage. So, like, we're gonna just have to... Oh, I said I was gonna change these swamps. I keep forgetting. Alright, anyway. The problem is that there's very little card advantage, so that if we don't just naturally draw a third land, we're just at the mercy of our deck. They milled to 6 and we get an Inquisition. That's a good deal. Did they just concede? Oh, border posts. Border posts. Alright, so let's get rid of your green-white because it casts both Violent and Ardent. Sure. We could also got rid of Ardent Plea and then use this Collective Brutality to get rid of Violent Outburst. But, I don't know. This leaves you with 2 lands. So next they can go Mountain, tap it for Miss Vane Border Post, which seems pretty good. Oh, they were going to play Gargadon first. Well, then... Do we just take the Outburst? Probably. So I guess we're playing against Restore Balance. Take that guy. Oh, and you got a wildfire. You got another wildfire border post. Good for you. Well, I feel better about taking the Violent Outburst, I guess. You can still cast Ardent Plea with both Miss Vane Border Post. You just tap, play Miss Vane Border Post, replay Mountain, play Wildfire Border Post, Wild Field Border Post. These are weird names. And you can just play both, right? Yeah, you replay that. And play the other one. Sure. So now we know you have Mountain Ardent Plea in hand. What's more important? Get out. Like, we're going to have to sacrifice all our lands. They're going to go Mountain, tap all 3, sack the Mountain. Is it more important to get a Messenger out? Which we would then sacrifice, make it a 4. They would take 4, and then we'd have a pretty reasonable threat. Or is it better to... Gargadon's on 9. I think it's actually better to get Messenger out. That's a solid dude. It kind of forces them to play Ardent Plea this turn. You get the sacrifice ones, puts Gargadon to 7. If they sack both border posts, puts it to 5. We still have a lot of turns. There's a swamp. Alright, so now I know Mountain Ardent Plea. Interesting. Being able to play both messengers before they get to even restore balance is pretty huge. I think that might just kill him. So we have Mountain Swamp in hand. Mountain Swamp Ardent Plea? Sure. Alright. Oblivion Ring. Oh, dang it. Rude. Super rude. So now your hand is Mountain and Ardent Plea. Alright. Good deal. Mortar Pod. Can't sack enchantments, right? That is not a red ability. Red doesn't interact with enchantments. So we play Mortar Pod, we can sacrifice it. Put you to 9. Dross Messenger will put you to 7. Then we have 4. I think it's just Liliana here. So you're presumably going to discard the mountain. You want to keep that Ardent Plea in hand, I bet. We will discard the other Liliana. And yep, so we now have Ardent Plea in hand, and that's it. Tap, sack. Oh, another border post. Alright. Is it time for Ardent Plea yet? Pop the graveyards back. No reason to have a million little rows here. Yep, alright. Now it is Ardent Plea time. Let me guess. Oh, who saw that coming? Sacrifice all land. Done. Okay, did it. Sacrifice all creatures. Done. Choose a card in your hand. Click done to discard the rest. This guy comes back. You go to 8. And you're on a 2-turn clock now. And we get rid of the mountain that's in your hand. Oh, I guess it was a mountain. Was it a mountain? Swamp. He bounced the swamp. So you go to 4. And then you have to top deck here. And you only have 4 cards to sacrifice to Greater Gargadon, so... I mean, if it's another Violent Outburst or Ardent Plea, it's rough because then we have to sacrifice our messenger. If it's not, though, another Gargadon. I think that's just game. You can't actually sacrifice. Yeah, it's game. You can't sacrifice enough permanents to bring out the cheapest Greater Gargadon. Sweet. Balance has not been restored. Leyline doesn't do much. Knight of Soul's Betrayal doesn't do much. Mutilate doesn't do much. Sacrament doesn't do much, I guess. I guess we can actually Sacrament for Restore Balance, which seems pretty ridiculous. I don't think Spellskite does anything here. I guess we can redirect an Oblivion Ring. Target it with Oblivion Ring. But then, like, what are we taking out? I think we're just taking out 2 victims of the night. These are the victims of the night. And we'll just submit like this. I don't think we need Spellskite. Everything else we want. We want all the discard spells, Collective Brutality, Inquisition, Thoughtseize. We want all the threats. And Liliana's pretty good at disassembling their hand, so... Oh, this hand would be great if we had lands. We're going to keep this hand and see if Sacrament gets the job done. Two Lilianas. Both from Innistrad blocks. Simian Spirit Guide. Bounce this. Oh. Oh, geez, that was That was the thing right there. It's going to be a slow couple turns. Sacrament for Restore Balance, if they don't actually have a way to get it out beforehand, seems pretty good. However, all they have to do is have it next turn. If they have Ardent Plea next turn, it's still rough for us. We still sack 2 lands and discard a bunch of stuff. So let's see if they got it. Discard spell would have been great, but we didn't get it. So we just gotta hope that they don't have it. Of course, if they have Violent Outburst in hand instead. Oh, alright, that'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Let's see. Super awkward Sadistic Sacrament. Alright. Oh, March of the Machines. Well then. Oh, there's 4 Restore Balances. Oh, usually they only run 3, I thought. Like Living End. Like, why would you want all 4? That's interesting. They could just have March of the Machines in their hand, too. Which is interesting. Oh, this is brutal. I should have kept the other Sacrament, I guess. Then we can go 3 Restore Balance, and then we can go Restore Balance March. Taking Restore Balance doesn't do anything. They have Ardent Plea and Demonic Dread and Violent Outburst? Oh my goodness. How do you beat this deck? This is like the strongest deck in Modern. Against when you're playing Mono Black, I guess. God, even having 1 Restore Balance is just super bad. I'm gonna take 3. I don't know. Could be wrong, but if they draw the 4th Restore Balance, like, seems good. I don't know what their hand is, though. Their hand is weird. Because I don't think they have 4 Ardent Pleas, 4 Violent Outbursts, and 4 Demonic Dread. I think they just have 3 and 3. So now we have Forest in hand. And we know we have Plains in hand. So I think we just Liliana here and start. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, we're just going to do this instead. I'd rather choose which card to get rid of. Nice. That is a great hand. Yep, alright. Unfortunately, we know the Sadistic Sacrament number 2 is on the bottom, which doesn't do anything for us. Simian Spirit Guide. Alright, Mountain came down. Like, I definitely want to keep this Liliana in hand. So that if they Greater Garganon, we have something to make them sacrifice it. It's just Obliterator here? Or is it Kalitas? Like, they have 2 lands. I think Obliterator is a pretty solid bet here. I also like the idea of pumping Hangerback Walker, so if they do happen to hit, like, card into Restore Balance, like, we actually have a way to survive. Like, we're like, oh, sack Hangerback Walker, get 4 tokens. Make sure these are the same lands that we were shown. Here we go. Martian Machines. Demonic Dread. Sack land. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh boy, we're having a good time now. Sack Spirit Guide. Oh, interesting. You did not sack Spirit Guide. I'm intrigued. Oh, you did. You did. You figured it out. Sack all my lands. Violent Outburst. In response, sack Spirit Guide. Because I don't believe in sequencing things in any sort of reasonable order. Choose a card, and yeah, it doesn't matter. We're just going to scoop here. I'm not going to play this out. This is ridiculous. They're going to have Greater Gargadon in 2 turns. We can't even... If we draw land, we still don't get to accurately... Accurately is not the word I want. We don't get to play Liliana in any sort of reasonable turn that lets us do anything this game, so... Oh, this hand is just hot garbage. Guess we mulligan this? Yeah, this hand's much better. Jeez. Surprisingly better. They also went to 6, so... Keep you on top every day. So we can lead with Inquisition, follow up with some other things. Let's see what you got. Alright. So, we'll take the Dread. Leave you with Ardent Plea. Yeah, this hand is terrible. Plains is gone. Okay. Well. Oh boy. Another Demonic Dread. So you have Seaman Spirit Guide for the black. Or for the red you need a black. Whereas with Ardent Plea you need a blue. I guess we just take Dread again. However, if we draw Collective Brutality, we can hit the Dread with that. I guess we're just taking Ardent Plea here. So you have 4 cards. Well, that does get you a black, so now you can Demonic Dread. However, if you do that, you have no border posts. You're going to have to sack all lands. We get to keep a Giralf's Messenger. So not the worst. Yeah, this seems fine. Oh, they did not Evolving Wilds. Which is... They're probably just trying to maximize their chances of hitting. Oh, there you go. There you go. You did it. Still don't have a... Alright, so Simian Spirit Guide's gone. Greater Gargadon? Alright, Simian Spirit Guide, Greater Gargadon. This is actually great. Hangerback Walker, having to sack Hangerback Walker and Giralf's Messenger is just fine. We know your hand is Mistveil Plains Demonic Dread because you just drew both of these. So then you would go to, you're going to 15, you go to 13, and then we'd have a 4 and 2, so we'd have 6. Yeah, that would give you 1 extra turn than we'd like you to have. And a mountain, yep, you got it. The problem is you basically have no way to win this game if you Demonic Dread here. At least as far as I'm concerned. Oh, this is a bold move, Cotton. You got it. So, Demonic Dread goes away. We know you have Mistveil Plains in hand. So you actually have to discard a card. And we should be fine. Choose 3 lands. Oh, we actually only... We get to keep lands. Wait, what? Oh, you're just gonna, like... Interesting. You kept your lands. Alright, well. Messenger? Oh, that's a good one. Put you to 7. So Mistveil Plains is discarded, actually. If you drew a 3rd Demonic Dread, I would be very impressed. Hangerback Walker does give us something to stick around. And it's also 7 power on board. I think that's it. I think we got it. Yes! Alright, sweet. Balance has been restored.